Welcome back to TMZ Sports. I'm your host, Mojo Muhtadi, and today I am joined by my Terp brother, the multi-talented AJ Francis is in the house. AJ, what's up, Playboy? How we doing?
What's good, Playboy? How you feeling, man? You look good. You look good, baby.
Hey, you know how we Terps do it, rocking it on your head right there. We
Yeah,
have
for sure.
a lot to talk about today, sir. A lot of things that you've done in the past and the present. So let's go ahead and start with what is on your chest right there. The
Oh yeah.
TNA roster right now is absolutely stacked, doing
hmm
big things over there. A lot of people making some big moves, including yourself. You've been
hmm
on an absolute heater. So let's just jump right into it. The top talent in TNA, where does AJ Francis stack up?
I mean, at the top, I'm the best heel in TNA. I'm honestly the best heel in the wrestling business. And if you don't believe me, debate your barber. Don't debate me. I know for a fact that there's not a bigger heel in this business that gets a bigger reaction as a heel than me. Nobody even wants to be a heel anymore. I mean, with the year that I've had in TNA between making Joe Hendry a star, feuding with the Hardys, stealing the show with PCO at Slammiversary. I mean, it's time for me to get a world title shot. I deserve to be in the world title picture at TNA, and anybody who's paying attention already knows that.
Well, brother, that choke slam that I keep seeing you hit people with is keeping me retired right now. It's making me stay on this side of the interview. I ain't coming back if that's what's in my future. You just mentioned it. You talked about a title shot. The year you've had. When do you think that title shot is coming? Obviously, you've done a lot to earn it. When might we expect that?
Man, it better be coming soon. I have enjoyed everything that I've done in TNA, but I've also been paying attention to the landscape of TNA. I've been paying attention to who garners the biggest reactions, not just in the arena, but online. I've proven time and time again that I'm going to go put a banger out there, whether it's with PCO or the Hardy Boys or ABC. Also, by the way, we love Chris Bay. Shout out Chris Bay. It didn't matter who I'm facing, I'm gonna put a banger out there. I'm one of the best big men. I think I'm the best big man in the world, but if anybody wants to fight me on it, you know where my shows are gonna be at. But I think a title shot is coming very soon, and it better be because I've earned it. And honestly, like you mentioned the choke slam before, which is funny. The choke slam is obviously my finish now, and it's become my finish. I used to use a different move for my finish my entire time in WWE. I did use the choke slam, but it wasn't my finish. True story. The reason choke slam became my finish, this is breaking news you're getting here, Mojo, is 2 weeks before I knew I was supposed to debut at TNA. I knew I wasn't wrestling a match, but I knew I was debuting and I was gonna have to do something physical to look like a killer, right? So I threw my back out in the weight room. Threw my back out. Like my back was screwed. I could barely like move faster than a walk. Like, and I could barely lift weights for like 2 weeks. And like a couple days before, I finally got like some more movement and some more strength back. And I was like, but I didn't want to take a bump. And my old finisher was like a AA into a neck breaker and it's a back bump. And I was like, yo, I'm not trying to take a bump. So I'm like, what move can I do that looks devastating that and I don't have to take a bump? So I was like, you know what? I'll just give Joe Hendry a choke slam. So then I choke slam Joe Hendry. The clip goes viral. I walk through the curtain. Everybody in the back at TNA was like, yo, that choke slam was sick. That was crazy. Yo, crazy choke slam. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, choke slam's my finish now. But like, it was literally just like luck. And now it's everywhere.
Well, dude, I mean, you talked about being such an athletic big man. I mean, that no doubt comes from your background in football. And you weren't one of these guys that was playing football as long as he possibly could. And then when that dream was done, you came over to pro wrestling. We go back to college. We were teammates
Mm-hmm.
in college. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when you were playing in the NFL, and I thought you were outside your mind when you told me that you were going to leave guaranteed money in the NFL, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to start over in pro wrestling, even if it meant not getting a shot in WWE right away. You were prepared to start from the bottom and go the indie circuits, making like 50, $100 a show. I thought you were ridiculously out of your mind of anything. I might even remember trying to talk you out of that, but you did. You came over. The rest is history. You made the right choice. But let's take this back to football for a second. We're
Uh-huh.
from the DC area, the Washington Commanders, the hometown team. You played
Uh-huh.
for them. And again, you weren't
Uh-huh.
just a roster guy. You played in games, you started in games, you had a very great career.
Hmm.
Washington Commanders are on fire right now. They're 7-4, obviously exceeding all expectations. This is a team that has perennially struggled. What is different in Washington right now?
The quarterback, man. I mean, you can say the coaching staff. It is, you can obviously say the offensive coordinator, but you can have the best head coach, best offensive coordinator in the world. If you don't got a quarterback that can put the ball where it needs to be put, you're not going to win in the NFL. For every one team that wins with a mediocre quarterback, there's 20 bad teams that win with a good quarterback. The NFL is a quarterback league. And Jaden Daniels is a once in a generation talent. It's scary as somebody from the DC area, as you are too. Like the last time we had a generational talent quarterback, was RG3. And then, we saw how that ended after his rookie year. And then, we had Kirk Cousins, and Kirk did a lot of good things, but Kirk went on his way. And ever since Kirk left, DC's been struggling to find that next guy that can really make them a contender, and I think that they finally have that guy. He's a young cat. My only thing about it that worries me about him is that he is not the biggest quarterback in the world, and he runs the ball a lot. And in the NFL, all it takes is one hit, and everything changes. Same thing happened with RG3. So, like, as long as he can stay healthy, I think that the Commanders are going to be good for the next decade plus, and they better not. If he's healthy, they better not never let him go.
What do you think they do this season, man? You think they make a deep playoff run? I mean, how many years away do you think they are from potentially making it to a Super Bowl? What do you think?
I mean, here's the thing: is the thing about the NFL is any team can get hot at the right time. You just got to get in the playoffs. There's been so many teams that have made the Super Bowl that nobody expected to make the Super Bowl, but they just got hot at the right time. You get one or two good bounces in the first round playoff game, and then now you're playing a team that you match up with pretty good, and you beat them, and now all you need is one win, and you're in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think realistically, I think the Commanders are going to make the playoffs this year. Do I think that they make a Super Bowl run this year? While I would love to see that, I don't think that's going to happen. But I would not be surprised if they get in there and shock somebody and win a playoff game. But for a rookie to go and make a Super Bowl run, like that would be very, very hard to do as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the game changes in the postseason. In the postseason, the game changes. It gets cold. You got to rely more on your run game. Not that the Commanders can't run the ball, but your quarterback, while he can bail you out, you want to build around your run game and your defense in the playoffs. So it's more than just Jaden Daniels when it comes down to it, man.
All right, man. Well, we talked about your wrestling career. We talked about football with you. Let's talk about something that's even more important than
Mm-hmm.
both of those things, dare I say. And that's your humanitarian element. You do a lot for the common good. You always are giving back, tons of charity initiatives. You have a big weekend coming up, right? You got the big
Yeah,
canned food drive, something that you've been doing back at the University of Maryland for I don't even know how many years now. I know it's been a long time though, but talk
yeah.
about that.
This is my eighth annual Camp Food Drive. This is the not all eight were at the University of Maryland, but most of them have been. And it's for Sarah's House, which is a assisted living community where I grew up in Fort Meade, Maryland, right across the street from Fort Meade Army Base. Most of the people there are kids. It's mostly kids or single moms with their kids. So anything that we can do to give them a better life and a better experience. We try to. So we do trunk or treat during Halloween season. We do back to school stuff in the fall. We do Christmas gift, wrap, like white elephant gifts and all those things at Christmas time. And then one of my big initiatives is this weekend, this Saturday at the University of Maryland, while we take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. You bring out your canned foods, your non-perishables, even like diapers, baby food, whatever. You bring it, and we donate it all to Sarah's house in Fort Meade, and it's really good. It's really great to see the look on the kids' faces whenever you make that drop off, as well as like the parents of the kids' faces, because they're in a dire situation where like their backs against the wall and they don't even know what they're going to do next. But to know that someone that grew up in their community cares about them enough to go out of like it doesn't for me personally, like it doesn't get any better than the fact that like I grew up in this area and I'm able to give back, because in my area, not a lot of people are as blessed as I am and have been for my entire life. I've been able to play in the NFL and get a master's degree in college, and been able to wrestle for WWE and now TNA. So like I've been blessed, and a lot of people. One day in someone's life can change everything, and so I could have been one of the kids at Sarah's house. It's not that outside the realm of possibility. So for me to be able to give back, it means a lot.
That's awesome, man. Always proud to call you a friend because of all you do, my friend. And hey, just wanted to say, I know you're a busy man. I know you got lots to do. AJ Francis, thanks so much for stopping by with us on TMZ Sports. Best of luck, and I know that title shot's around the corner. It's got to be now.
Gotta be, man. I'm a man of the people. I need the title, man.